Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to another episode of the Hospitality Hacks Pro podcast. It's your host, your girl, Tasha. That's me. Glad to have you coming to you with a couple of holiday hacks. If you've been following me for a while, you've heard these before, but it's worth repeating as we are entering into the holiday season, okay? This is going to be real quick and dirty because I have homework to do and homework to grade. All right, let's get it. So, hack number one, don't schedule the same people for all the holidays. Spread the love around, spread it around. Now, this may seem like common sense, but oftentimes in restaurants, in hotels, anything in hospitality industry, holidays are our peak seasons. So when everyone else is out and about having a good time, visiting family, traveling, we're working, right? So, your team, they want to get a little love too. They want to get something in too with their family and friends and loved ones, right? So don't schedule your best people and wear them out, right? Oftentimes we're very busy, and I say we loosely because I'm no longer a restaurant manager, but it's still in my heart. I still can remember being packed line out the door on Thanksgiving. All right. I still can remember thinking, doesn't anybody cook anymore? Why are all these people here? Right. And so spread the love around. Don't wear out your best people. Give people a break. All right. And it's oftentimes a good idea to ask which days people would prefer. You may feel like this is for my managers, my operators. I feel you. You may feel like you're opening yourself up for chaos, right? If you ask, hey, do you have a preference? Would you rather work Thanksgiving or Christmas? Would you rather work New Year's Eve or some other holiday, right? But you'd be surprised that everyone has different needs, right? Everybody doesn't necessarily celebrate Christmas, right? And so they may not mind working Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, whereas their family has a big get together on Thanksgiving, or they love to go out with their friends on New Year's Eve, and they may not want to come to work that day or the next day, the day after, right? Because that's their recovery time, right? And so, one of the things I used to do with my team when I was a manager in a restaurant is I would ask them for their first, second, and third choice. What's most important to you? I'm going to do my very best to guarantee your first choice to be off, right? So if it's super important to you that you're off for Thanksgiving, I'm gonna try to get that to you. If Christmas, you don't, you would like to be off, but it's not as important. That's your number two, and maybe New Year's is your number three, or the day after New Year's Eve is your number three. I'm gonna schedule with that in mind, right? And so, even if you can't guarantee all three, the fact that you care enough to even ask and put that out there and have that communication with your team, they will appreciate it. I promise. I never had bad negative feedback when I presented it that way. Like, hey, I can't promise you everything, but I'm going to do my very best to get you your number one choice, right? Third tip: be grateful. It's the season of being grateful and giving thanks. Show some gratitude to your team, right? They're sticking in there with you. They're coming to work every day. They're hopefully showing up on time in proper uniform, doing the things you ask them to do, being coachable, right? And even if they need some more coaching, even if they're growing in certain areas, be grateful and thankful that they're there with you in the trenches, okay? Because they don't have to be. And so do something to show your appreciation to your team. That's the third holiday hack. It could be you don't have to spend a bunch of money every time, but if you have some extra money, a little fun to the side, right? A little petty cash, and you can, if you have some extra petty cash, and you can go and get a gift card for everybody, or even a thank you note, a handwritten thank you note, with something thoughtful and unique for each team member. Don't say the same thing in every single card, but say why you appreciate that person. What do they bring to the team? I appreciate that you come in every day with a smile, even when you're not feeling your best, even when you have things going on at home with your kids. You show up every day and you're so encouraging and you're such a light to the rest of the team. Man, I really appreciate you. People love to be appreciated. People love pats on the back. They like to be recognized. Again, it doesn't have to be monetary. It could be a thoughtful note. It could be a handful of Hershey's Kisses. It could be a grab bag where you put some various inexpensive items in there: socks, toothbrush, maybe some chef pants, t-shirts, and people can, draw randomly if you draw their number out of a hat or their name out of a hat. I mean, make it fun, right? But show some way, somehow, show some gratitude to your team this holiday season. So those are the three quick holiday hacks for you, okay? Number one, don't schedule the same people on every single holiday. You're going to burn out your best people. Give them a little breathing room. Give them a little break, especially if you know you're going to be busy. If you're doing holiday turkeys, if you're doing a Thanksgiving meal, if you're doing a Christmas bundle, buy a table, wine dinner, whatever, you know, you know what your peaks and valleys are. You know what you did last year. You know if you have a special being ran or some type of incentive for people to come in and when you're going to be busy. Don't burn out your best people. That's hack number one. Hack number two, ask them if they have preferences for scheduling. If you can, even if you give them the disclaimer up front. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I do want to take your desires into consideration. So please share with me, what days would you prefer to have off over this holiday season? Trust me, it goes a long way. All right. Number three, show some gratitude to your team for them being in the trenches with you, especially if you're open 365 days a year, which a lot of establishments are. Okay. And people who are not in the hospitality don't think about it. People who work a regular 9 to 5 don't think about there's people who don't work regular 9 to 5s. It's people who only work nights and weekends. It's people who work every single holiday. It's people who are always at work on Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. It's people out here who are there to serve, who don't have the same luxuries as people who work 9 to 5, but they're happy to do it because they understand that's the industry they're in. So as the owner, operator, or manager, take care of your people. Drop your notes down below. Drop your comments if you have some other tips, tricks, tidbits, or hacks on how to help people navigate this holiday season, and let me know what you think about the three that I just shared. And this is your girl, Tasha Jackson. Thank you once again for listening to the Hospitality Hacks Pro podcast. I'll see you next time. Let go.